consultant to my old competitors so I can get even with them one more time. And then I opened up a technology company to be a better consultant. And then that big 500-pound gorilla, Zoom, they called me up and they were trying to get market share before going public. And they asked if I could help bring them customers. And I built them a unique solution and became Zoom's largest partner in the world for 4.5 years before I went to them and had the arrogance or the ignorance, right? I'll let you tell me, where I told them that they could do it better. And they didn't agree with that. And so I decided to compete with them instead of partner with them. And here's the biggest difference. And I'm just going to use a generic website, and then we'll talk about how it could specifically apply to your passions in life and what you're trying to accomplish. But if I was the best State Farm insurance salesman in the world, and all of you decided that you agree with that, and you all want to start a quote today, if this was a Zoom, you couldn't do anything. You couldn't touch the screen, you couldn't get started. And so with us, and this is where I did it, if you're on your phone, if you're on your computer, if you're on your iPad, you can take your mouse, take your finger, and you can actually type in your zip code and take a call to action and actually start a quote in real time. This isn't a demo, this is very real. That website is real, and you could really do it. So I would encourage you now just to see the experience. Now imagine this not as State Farm Insurance. Imagine this is your church, people making donations. Imagine this is the government, people filling out forms. Because the most important thing that to also know is it's also in complete privacy. No one can see, including me, the information that you're putting in. We're in complete compliance, whether this be Medicare, whether this just be you don't want anyone to know. So even though we could all do it together, you can still do it in privacy. And at any time I want, as the host, I can take control of the screen and I can take you where I want to go. So I don't have to tell you what buttons to push. Maybe I want to talk about our retirement plans, for instance, and I could bring those up at any time and then make the screen interactive again. So I can go back and forth between I'm in control or you're in control, or we could just talk. The only platform, and you don't, no integration, no setup. The only thing you need to know as the host is the website that you want to bring up. If you can cut and paste or type a website or put it in your favorites and push a button, you could use our system in 5 minutes after signing up. And here's the second important thing. You saw how hard it is, right, to get everyone on a webinar, right? Tina's driving, I don't know where Tamara is, Phil's in another place. If you couldn't make it on a webinar, you could do this in a recording. You can actually make a recording, turn the pages on the website, still be interactive without ever having them come to your webinar. So you can now send an interactive text, an interactive email, or if your nephew or something broadcast live on social media, he can make that interactive. So whether you're 25 or 55, whether you're social media savvy or old school email, text, or webinar, this platform just makes that experience better and more effective. And let me show you what it would look like in a recording. Now, you won't be able to touch the screen in a recording, but because you're watching it. But if you got this as a text, here's an example.
Hello, and God bless you all. I appreciate everyone who made it or tried to make it to church today. It is always great to see you here. But true faith and connection with God are daily experiences meant to shape one's entire life, rather than being confined to a single day. We are committed to helping guide you to live a faithful life, whether it be through community service, showing compassion to neighbors, or leaning into values of grace and gratitude. This is what navigates the challenges and conflicts that happen to all of us every day. When we can't be there to help, God's teachings and wisdom always can. Please take a moment and look through the following courses that may be resonating in your life right now. These teachings may prove to be invaluable when you are struggling to try to make sense of it all. Look over our courses, and I have a feeling that if you didn't make it last Sunday, I will be seeing you soon. God bless you all.
So that's what I meant is you could send that as an interactive text. It could be a donation button, could be sign up for a course, could be, come to the Wednesday night, afternoon event. The You're only limited by your own imagination about what website, what call to action that you want to make.
When we started this company, the goal was to be the best webinar platform in the world. That was the first goal. The second goal was to have a webinar platform that was accessible to everyone. And when we came to market, I always like to say that we were sort of the Salesforce.com, right? Of a genre, right? We weren't HubSpot, right? We were the premium, we were the premier, which makes it difficult sometimes when everyone you're talking to wants your product, but they can't afford it. And so I've looked at some of the greatest innovators in the world, and sometimes they've invented the greatest products, but that doesn't mean everyone had access to it. So here's what I want to share now. So what's amazing about that video to me is that he designed it. It didn't take him 25 years to design it, to visualize it, to imagine it. It took him 25 years to build it. And we don't have 25 years. I don't have 25 years, right, to design it. But this is our going from a bread box to a shoe box to an envelope. We're introducing plans that now start at $25. $25. And the idea is 92% of every single Zoom that happens every day with the 550 million webinars have under 25 people. And so when we're trying to sell a $150 package to somebody who's only looking at a $25 product, I'm saying there's a disconnect. Just the way Steve Jobs knew until he could sell a computer for under $1,000, he was never going to have the market share that he wanted. And so we created two individual plans, right? No $100 setup fee for an individual, $25, 25 people, access to all the features by buying credits, whether that be international voice translations, avatars, right? The credit system that everyone has been waiting for is not just a profit center for the company, but it's going to be a profit center for you. So intro plan, $25, 25 people. Basic plan, $45, right? For up to 100 people. And then we have our business plans. And the business plans, again, are really designed for the people who build teams. So for that, it's $159 in the first month, $59 a month. Same plan as before, $199 a month. These are the people who don't look at what it costs. They look about how much money it makes them. And no questions asked. And all of these plans will now be available in the enterprise program as well. Because now when you look at signing a company with 300, 500, 1,000 licenses, yes, all of these plans are fully commissionable. Also on these plans, again, you also get an initial initial reward, right, for signing those people up. You'll still get $5 for every intro plan you do, $10 for every basic plan, $50 for every premium plan, $100 for every pro plan. We have not changed our philosophy, our compensation. We changed our ability to go to market. And I will say to you that much like Steve Jobs, this was always the plan, right? We weren't ready to really take on Zoom until now. We couldn't handle our own version of going from 15 million customers during COVID to 350 million customers a day. And so we almost had a pricing plan to protect ourselves from doing that and protecting you from doing that in that perspective. But we also know that this is still the best value, the most important plan for anyone trying to build a business. So if I'm you, and the reason sometimes data speaks to itself, right? so many times, right? You've made presentations, I've made presentations, and people said, I love it. I love it, but it's not for me. I'm a real estate guy. I do one-on-one webinars every single day in that perspective. And it was hard for them to go from their $20 Zoom plan to all of a sudden $150 plan. They couldn't get past that mentality of saying, I know this is going to make me money and it's irrelevant. Human nature, right? From that perspective. Our goal is not to change human nature. Our goal is to meet human nature so they can see the product that we have. So once you know this is live, this is active, your websites have already been changed, your back office to upgrade, downgrade, all of that is completely in place. So, and we're going to train on this, discuss this, bring it to market, and we're also going to bring on some people to talk about that today. Second big announcement in that perspective, hold on a second, let me stop sharing. Okay, go back to here. Is, and we've talked about it for a long time, and we are just about at the finish line. And in fact, we really are at the finish line, but I think I misled many of you when I said, we're going to introduce a CRM, but we're just going to introduce one that's, you know, built just for us, right? We weren't really going to go for it. We're not trying to replace every other CRM. Well, you know us. If we're going to do something, we're going to go for it. And so when you log into your back office, you're going to see this button for CRM. You won't be able to sign up today by design because I think we need a Monday training, a Tuesday training in order to tell you this, because I want to show you quickly, here's all the type of features that you have. I'm saying this is not something I want you to say to learn on your own the first day. It is a fully comprehensive, complete standalone CRM that really can compete with any other CRM in the marketplace. But also, true to my word, we built it to integrate with the Go High Levels, the Salesforce.coms, the HubSpots. So again, we're not changing our philosophy, but we simply are trying to be best in class in that perspective and what we do. And you'll be able to send your emails, you'll be able to send your text, you'll be able to actually have a real pipeline and lead perspective if you're sophisticated enough to how to use it. Otherwise, you'll use it again in the simple way that you can. You'll be able to add leads individually. You'll be able to import them. You'll be able to export them. You'll be able to use, we actually use Twilio in the background for being able to send those emails and send those texts, and you'll do that. And we're also, I'm saying, making it available for every single member for free, but also we will have upgrade plans. Because if you're going to be comprehensive, we again don't want to make that prohibitively boxed into a free program, so we can't offer you every single feature there is. And the free program, by the way, is pretty generous, right? 5,000 names, right, is that perspective. So it's not like a free bait and switch. We just want to get you in and then try to upgrade you to do that. Also, the program is fully 100% commissionable. So again, there are some people that may want to come in and just use our CRM. There's some people that again, options to do that perspective. So this is just not a tool. Just like the credits will be commissionable, this will be commissionable in that perspective. But more important than commissionable, functional in that perspective. And you can really go pretty extensive. You could use this as a digital card. You can use it way beyond. So unlike Calendly, right? We've really combined Calendly with a CRM. I'm saying that also is completely customizable in this perspective. You have a tremendous amount of range and modules that you can decide when you want to send an invite, whether you want it to be a fully comprehensive story of you or just a calendar. So you literally can upload those videos, right? That may want to tease them is part of the invite. We've made that part of the CRM, but it's entirely up to you. Simple, complex, built for pitch. All of this is customizable designs. This could be your Herbalife, Nu Skin, Amway, everything aspect of it possible. You can even do your own custom domains. You can do your own shorteners. That's why you're saying I don't want to just turn it on today and overwhelm you in that perspective. So I know if this was Monday, this is the point where I'd say, any questions? But at this point, really, I just want to say I'm very excited because I think, sometimes like Steve Jobs did, right? He had the patience as an innovator to stay with a thought for 25 years. 25 years, one idea. Didn't stop him from doing 9 other ideas in between, right? And I think that's the model, right? It's not that we're all over the place. I think the difference between Elon Musk and Steve Jobs is Elon Musk is a macro builder, right? He builds, something that the average person can't use, right? Steve Jobs built it for the everyday person, right? Who uses it every single day. And I think that's where my heart is, right? How do we build something that I always say, whether you're 25 or 55, right? Whether you're social media, whether you're text, whether you're email, whether you're somebody who's working one-to-one or one-to-many, somebody who's built a direct sales organization of 80,000 people, or someone who never wants to build one in their life. There's a home for you here. There's a technology here for you. There's a use case for you that makes this comfortable. No one comes into our company with one idea and we're trying to turn them into someone else. We're just trying to turn people into the best version of you. And I think that's when a technology serves you. That's when a company serves you. And that's why we look at you more as partners, right, than sales reps or simply members.